you know, I grew up. I grew up in America where, in the South, racism was obviously present, whereas actually America always was prejudiced, you know. But it appears that the capitalistic society of rich people were able to transform or develop a mechanism where people in the South, where the whites were fighting blacks, because I guess, and I'm a firm believer, they felt that because if they were not successful, it was a result of black folks being able to achieve and have equal rights. I remember when the Brown versus the Board of Education in Topeka, Kansas, I was in maybe the 7th grade or whatever, and Tuscaloosa, where I originally came from, they thought they would beat the court order, and they built 2 schools, high schools. They were the most elaborate, functional high schools probably in the South. And they were 2 schools that was identical. Now, in terms of how well they was equipped inside, we didn't know, but the physical plant school was the same. We had a show place in terms of school, but that was an attempt to more or less try to create that attitude of separate but equal. But it wasn't equal because I'm sure they had more benefits, you know. So but we didn't. They was able to play at Denny Stadium, which is the University of Alabama football field. So we had to play on our campus, and we didn't have that type of facility. But now, as far as being, I was driven. I didn't feel insecure or inferior or anything because of that attitude. They had buses, and the buses would say, "Hey, but guess what? I never rode the bus. I walked." You know, I was thinking. My sister, I was told she's in New York. She moved to New York, and I said, "You know, I never rode that bus. I would ride the bus, and for somebody white get on, you got to move back." I said, I was a little boy when they started. I said, but we just didn't ride the bus, right? But they had all of those types of laws in place, and I was in the 8th grade, I believe, when Rosa Parks refused to move to the back of the bus. Now, it wasn't publicized a lot. The media didn't play it up. They didn't want to play it up because I think they knew that would generate more boycotts and people fighting for their rights if they played it up. The year before that, Arthurine Lucy integrated the University of Alabama, and she was later expelled, you know, for whatever. But we were in the 7th or 8th grade, all that around the same time, and that was before. Now she's a good friend of mine. I can't call her Vivian Malone. See, I knew Vivian. I got to know Vivian. She's from Mobile, but I was living in Chicago when Vivian integrated Alabama. But my family taught a lot about racial pride. We were a very proud family. I come from a family that my daddy had cousins that graduated from Harvard University Medical School in 1897. So there's always been in my family the desire to push forward, don't be denied. I had an uncle girl in Mississippi. She integrated the restaurants in Mississippi, one of the little town she lived in. She ended up, now she wasn't insecure. She ended up graduating from Tupelo College and graduated from Harvard Medical School. So I have 3 relatives graduated from Harvard. So, you know, someone had to encourage us that we could do whatever we wanted to do. So that was my attitude that was my family's attitude. So we never felt that they'd be in the back of the room anyway.